Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka GLauren33. I am back here today, and we are talking about the Dragon Ball Super manga. We have the early draft pages for this month's manga chapter, and we have a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a pretty big week on the channel, especially when it comes to Dragon Ball, because you guys are getting your early draft pages video today. I'm posting this on Monday. I know a lot of you guys will be watching it throughout the week. We also have a Dragon Ball Heroes episode finally coming. And if you guys have been paying attention with all the Heroes leaks, we have Evolved Super Saiyan 3 Rose Goku Black with the mask broken and he has like eyebrows. We're also getting Gogeta Blue Evolution, right, for the first time ever, and tons of other stuff. So with the Heroes reaction, that will be out Tuesday or Wednesday depending on when the episode drops. So watch out for that. We also have a bunch of Xenoverse news coming out. We're gonna be finding out about the release date for the newest Xenoverse DLC, where we're getting Khalifa, Full Power Jiren, Base Gogeta from the Broly movie, right? I believe we're supposed to be getting UI Omen in this DLC as well, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. So Xenoverse, a lot of stuff happening with that. It's going to be a big week, so expect a lot of Dragon Ball content. We also are probably going to be getting V-Jump leaks by the end of the week because the manga chapter will be coming out this weekend. I believe it's either Sunday or Monday when the next manga chapter releases. So we should be getting spoilers from V-Jump by the end of the week. I would most likely say Thursday, Friday, Saturday, most likely. So make sure you guys have notifications enabled. Make sure you guys have them enabled so you guys don't miss a video, because we're going to have a lot of Dragon Ball stuff to talk about on the channel this week. But let's get into the early draft pages. And it's been a couple of weeks since I talked about, Dragon Ball Super. Remember last chapter we had Ultra Ego Vegeta. I don't like that name, by the way, but we had Vegeta's good, destruction form go up against Granolah. And then at the end of the chapter, Granolah awakened, right, this power inside him. And I've been calling it like Super Cerulean Granolah, where we saw his other eye turn red. We don't have an official name for it, but that's what I'm calling, this new Granolah right now. And it leads us right into this month's chapter. We saw at the end of the chapter, after Granolah awakened, Vegeta was on the ground. He was still in his Ultra Ego form, but, he was pretty beat up, and that's exactly where we picked up. I want to say thank you to Herms, as always, for giving us the translations, right? So we'll go through the translations, and then we'll go through the draft pages. And we actually have a bonus page from the manga, which I'll show you guys here at the end. But like I said, so the chapter name, chapter 76, The Destiny of the Saiyans, which I'm not going to lie, that is an amazing chapter name. We don't know what the chapter is going to look like yet, I'm hoping it's good, of course, but, just the title alone, that gets me hyped. That's an awesome title for a chapter, The Destiny of the Saiyans. So, and we know, by the way, one of the themes of this arc has been, the destiny of Granolah and Goku and Vegeta doing battle with, Goku and Vegeta getting stronger and stronger, and Granolah, right, his destiny of wanting to get revenge on the Saiyans and Frieza for wiping out his race all those years ago. So, basically, we pick up right where he left off. Granolah mocks Vegeta. Remember, this is right after Granolah had awakened, his other eye turned red at the end of the chapter. So we have Granolah getting cocky once again. Granolah says, "Are my attacks not stimulating you anymore?" Because remember, right, one of the principles of Vegeta's new form was that, the harder the battle, right, the more Vegeta's fighting spirit increases during a battle, the more powerful he gets. And remember, like Granolah's attacks, Vegeta was just taking them on last chapter. Some attacks he wasn't even trying to guard. He was just like, give me more, right? Let my spirit get higher and higher. Kind of, if you know a little bit about philosophy, you would understand this better than I do. But, Granolah is now mocking Vegeta, because Vegeta, he was taking Granolah's attacks head on last chapter. Now they're actually doing damage, and Vegeta's on the defensive. He's on the ropes. So Granolah is like, are my attacks not stimulating you anymore? Is your ultra whatever over already? Looks like I was right. Fate has decided that the Saiyans should be destroyed. Ooh. So, Granolah bringing the heat here. I kind of like that dialogue. That line. Fate has decided that the Saiyans should be destroyed. That's a pretty good line. But then Vegeta says, "I'm not the one who decides my fate." And Granolah says, "Don't you understand that you lost?" And at that moment, and I kind of knew this was coming, right? These panels really didn't surprise me. I didn't hate them or anything. I just wasn't really surprised by anything with these panels, because Goku jumping in, it was like you kind of knew that. Goku was healing himself last chapter, but he was doing it himself. He said, I can't sit on the sidelines and, I can't afford to sit here on the sidelines forever. I got to have my body heal itself. We know that Vegeta has the other sensu bean, and there's nobody else. There's no Dende, there's no Whis, there's nobody else around that could heal Goku. So Goku only had one choice, and that's to heal himself. And it's not the first time in Dragon Ball that Goku's ever healed himself. So Goku jumps in, and he's in his Super Saiyan Blue form. And like I said, I'll show you guys the panels here in just a second after we finish covering the dialogue. So Goku comes in, and he's able to blindside Granolah with a punch, and he's in his Super Saiyan Blue form. Very interesting. He's not an Ultra Instinct. He's in his Super Saiyan Blue form. And then we have it, if you guys saw, so on the Dragon Ball website, about every single week, on Mondays, they have like a weekly update video where they talk about Dragon Ball news from the video games to the anime to the manga, right? The heroes. So they showed like a bonus draft page, right? A bonus draft page from the chapter. And it's a page where Goku and Vegeta, they're not. It looks like they're not on the battlefield. They're somewhere else. But you see Vegeta walking by Goku, and the dialogue's translated to Vegeta saying, "Please let me do it on my own." And Goku says, "Okay, don't die, Vegeta." I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second, because a lot of people have been, coming up with theories like, are we going to see Goku and Vegeta fuse into Gogeta, right? And I'll give you guys my thoughts about that in just a second. But let's get into the official panels, right? The good stuff, the visuals. So, of course, Chapter 96, right? The Destiny of the Saiyans. Like I said, that's a beast, chapter title, no matter what anybody says. I love that title right there. So you can see there, this is the battlefield. You see Vegeta and Granolah, they're still fighting among the ruins of Granolah's home. And you can see there's debris everywhere. And you can see Vegeta, who is still in his Ultra Ego form at the beginning of the chapter, he is on the defensive, right? And it can be a little bit hard to see everything and understand everything, because remember, these are early draft pages, and we'll have the official, high definition chapter in less than a week. But Vegeta is on the defensive here, and it appears Granolah fires a ki blast from afar, and Vegeta is barely able to dodge it, right? So then we see more ki blasts being sent at Vegeta, and Vegeta is struggling. And you see Granolah, he has both, he's doing like the Finn Balor pose, and he has that cocky smile. So this is where Granolah says, "What is your Ultra Ego thing over? Is your Ultra Ego thing over already? Right? Are my attacks not stimulating you anymore?" So Granolah, who has awakened with this super cerulean ability now, he has taken advantage of the battle once again, right? In chapter 74, when the battle first began, Granolah had the advantage, but Vegeta was mostly on the defensive and still was able to stay in the fight. Chapter 75, for the most part, Vegeta had the advantage, as Granolah was struggling adapting to Vegeta's new Ultra Ego form. And then at the end of the chapter, Granolah awakens, and Granolah has now taken advantage of the battle once again. And it's also interesting to note, this is the third chapter of the fight between Granolah and Vegeta. Remember, Goku and Granolah only lasted 2 chapters, and also, Goku was fighting Granolah's clone, right? But this is the third chapter that Vegeta and Granolah are battling in. So we see Granolah fire some more ki blasts. Vegeta, he is getting hit by them, right? You see Vegeta, he's sent back. Then Granolah transports behind Vegeta. This is kind of beast. And remember, Vegeta's super strong. So Granolah is able to stop Vegeta's momentum with his foot, just with his foot alone. So that shows you that, Granolah, man, this guy is really powerful. That's a pretty cool image right there. And then we see Vegeta is back in his base form. You see his eyebrows are back, so he is back in his base form. And this is where Granolah is talking about, I guess it was destiny for the Saiyans to be destroyed, right? And you see Granolah is cocky, and Vegeta's trying to get Granolah's foot off the back of his neck, but, he doesn't really have the strength anymore. And then Vegeta says, here's the line, where is it? It's right up here. Vegeta says, I'm the one who decides my fate. But Granolah says, don't you understand that you've lost? Right? So Granolah is like, just accept it. Stop fighting. You've lost already. Why do you keep fighting? So we see something happens here where it looks like, Vegeta is able to grab a hold of Granolah's foot, which was on his neck, and he's able to turn around now, right? So now he's facing Granolah while on the ground. But then we see Granolah start pummeling Vegeta with shots, and Vegeta, now as he's back in his base form, he doesn't have the power, to continue fighting. Granolah has the advantage, clearly. And it looks like Vegeta is on the ropes of dying. But right at that moment, and we see Granolah says, die, Saiyan, right? Goku comes in, and he's able to blindside Granolah. So Goku is able to heal himself to the point where he's able to use Super Saiyan Blue. Clearly, this is Super Saiyan Blue. You see the hair, the dark shades. So it's not Ultra Instinct or anything like that. This is Goku in Super Saiyan Blue. Vegeta is shocked to see Goku back on the battlefield. Granolah is shocked as well. So we see Goku is able to blindside Granolah and save Vegeta here. And that's where the draft pages end. So then we have this final panel, right? And this was the panel that was shown in the weekly Dragon Ball News update. And this is what I would say about this. This reminds me a lot of the Buu saga with Goku and Vegeta when they were going up against Majin Buu, right? Remember when Goku was in Super Saiyan 3 and he was powering up and he was, he believed he needed to be at full power to at least one more attack to take out Kid Buu, right? And Goku was telling Vegeta, can you survive for 2 minutes for me, right, while I power up? And Goku was concerned because Goku thought Vegeta doesn't have the power of a Super Saiyan 3, right? He's not going to last that long. And then Vegeta was like, just hurry up and power up. Stop worrying about me. So this is what this reminds me of. So I think, this is my opinion, because clearly this panel does not take place right after this panel. There's a space of time in the chapter where these two panels take place, right? So they're in a different location, maybe what I think what may have happened is Goku takes Vegeta here and instant transports away from Granolah. Remember when Goku teleported himself away from Granolah a couple chapters ago? Remember when Granolah used that moral attack, right? Where he took when he used the planet against Goku and Goku had to teleport away to where Vegeta was? I feel like we may see something similar like that. Right, so I think Goku's gonna teleport Vegeta away from the battlefield, and then they're gonna try to recuperate and figure out a strategy. It seems here, right, Vegeta's wounds, I'm not saying he's fully healed, but it's hard to tell based off the early draft pages, but it does seem like Vegeta is in a better state than he was, because you remember, you could see Vegeta has blood it's hard to see, but here Vegeta was very, very bloody a couple panels ago. So, and remember, the translations here was, right, Vegeta says, please let me do it on my own. And Goku's like, okay, don't die, Vegeta, right? So, what I think is going on here is after they get away from Granolah, I think, Vegeta takes the Sensu Bean and he heals up, and then he's going in for another round with Granolah. That's what I think is going on, or maybe Vegeta does go in for round 3 with Granolah, then he gets pushed back once again, and then maybe Goku comes in and they do teamwork. Maybe that's what's happening, because it's implied here that Granolah is still stronger than Goku and Vegeta. You know, whatever awakening he went through where his other eye turned red, it was able to for him to minimize the gap that was there with him and Vegeta, and then he was able to surpass Vegeta. So maybe Vegeta taking the Sensu Bean will give him, that Zenkai boost to make up that gap in power. We'll have to wait and see. But it seems like we are going to get Vegeta versus Granolah round 3. So for those of you guys that were hoping for a rematch between Goku and Granolah, looks like you might not be getting it in this chapter. It looks like it might just be Vegeta again. But remember, the title of this chapter is The Destiny of the Saiyans, right? So basically the destiny of Goku and Vegeta, since they're 2 out of the 3 remaining Saiyans in Universe 7, along with Broly, of course. So, like I said, we'll have to wait and see. For those of you guys who want Gogeta, I don't think we're getting him in this chapter. And be honest, I don't want Gogeta. Look, first of all, we're getting Gogeta in the new Heroes episode, right? We're getting Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Gogeta. Plus, I don't want to see Gogeta just so I can see, Ultra Instinct Gogeta or Ultra Ego Gogeta. No, I don't want to see that, right? I don't want them to be relying on fusion like that. You listen to me, guys. As I do like fusion. I'm not saying I don't like fusion, but I love the idea of Goku and Vegeta on their own separate paths as warriors, right? Growing and then adapting to this battle with Granolah, right? They have their own 2 powers. Goku is Ultra Instinct, Vegeta has Ultra Ego, right? As much as I hate that name. But they have their own sets of powers. They've went down their own separate paths. I like them both growing as 2 separate warriors. Maybe if they were fighting like an angel, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe if they were fighting like the Grand Priest, then maybe I would be okay with them fusing. But I don't want them fusing against a mortal like Granolah, regardless of what wish he made. Right? It kind of would, because when do you ever see Fusion defeated in Dragon Ball? Sure, the visual of Gogeta going up against Granolah would be great. Of course, that would be awesome. But the thing about it is, from a story perspective, for me as a reader, it's just too obvious. It's too easy for them just to pull the Fusion card. They did in the Broly movie, they did in the Zamasu arc, right? I just think for this battle and then the story they're telling of Goku and Vegeta going down their own paths of power, I feel like it's just simple for right now, at least. Just keep it simple. Just have Goku and Vegeta continue on this separate journey. Maybe later in this arc with whatever happens in the Heater Clan, because remember, we saw the Heater Clan at the very end of the last chapter. They're nowhere in these early draft pages, but we know that the Heater Clan are on Planet Cereal and they're going after the 2 Dragon Balls to make their wish, even though we don't know what their wish is yet. But we know that they're there, right? That's the big thing. We know that they're there, right? Now that we know that, let's just see how this plays out. Let's not rush things, because clearly, even though this battle with Granolah has been going on for what? When did this battle happen, right? Vegeta versus Granolah, this is the 3rd chapter. Goku and Granolah was what? 2 chapters, right? I believe it was, let me think. Yeah, 2 chapters, right? That was chapter 71, I believe. It was either chapter 71 or chapter 72. 72, 73. Yeah, 72 was when the battle started, right? So this battle with Granolah that's been going on now for, 5 manga chapters? This is most likely not the final battle of the arc, because we know that gas is still a big factor, and who knows what happens with Elec, who knows what wish, right? Like, who knows? We may see the Heater Clan fuse at some point, So clearly this is not the final battle. So if you pull Gogeta now, what are you going to do when you get to the final battle of this arc? And still we have no idea how this is all going to end up, right? We still don't even know if Frieza is going to show up. So me personally, I don't want to see Fusion. Yes, it would be a great visual. I would mark out at seeing the panels, because we've never seen Gogeta in the Dragon Ball Super manga outside of those special pages they did where they advertised the Broly movie. But honestly, I don't want to see it from a story perspective. Let's see what happens here. If Vegeta does use the Sensu Bean to heal himself, let's see what happens. Maybe Vegeta does get a dub over Granolah. Maybe Vegeta has a plan now. Who knows? I do love the visual of Vegeta fighting without his armor. I do love that, and I want to see more of it. But let's see what happens with Vegeta here. All right, let's be patient. Let's see what happens, and then, let's wait for the full chapter. But right now, it doesn't look like we're getting Gogeta, and I am perfectly okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. Sure, I do want to see Ultra Instinct Goku get some payback on Granolah because I'm so pissed off of how UI was handled. How UI was basically nerfed a couple chapters ago. But, like I said, I always say this. Let's wait till we get the full chapter. It's implied here that we're most likely getting a Vegeta versus Granolah rematch, but let's wait and see. Like I always say, wait till the full chapter, and once the full chapter is out, then we can judge it. I'm not going to judge it when I don't know what the hell is happening. There's still 30-something pages here that we have no idea what's happening with this story. So let's wait and see. Even though it's implied here that we're getting Vegeta versus Granolah round 3, let's wait and see what happens. Let's see what happens with Goku. Let's see what happens with Vegeta and Granolah. Let's see what happens if the Heater Clan make a move. Let's just be patient, right? But that's about all I got for you guys for this video. Like I said, things are continuing to go down with the Dragon Ball Super manga, and we'll see what happens, with the Vegeta versus Granolah rematch. Let's see what the destiny of the Saiyans is in this chapter. So thank you guys as always for joining me here on the channel. Like I said, I'll be keeping you guys updated all week with the Dragon Ball Super manga because we're going to be getting more leaks from V-Jump, probably near the end of the week. So make sure you guys are here for that, and we'll have the manga chapter very early next week, if not at the end of this week. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on the review, the reaction, the breakdown, all that good stuff. Like I said, we'll have a Super Dragon Ball Heroes reaction later this week, which is going to be epic. I cannot wait for that. Gogeta Blue Evolution versus Super Saiyan Rose, Goku Black. Exciting stuff. And, like I said, I'll be keeping you guys updated with everything going on with Dragon Ball. So thank you guys once again for joining me on the channel. As always, guys, stay safe and healthy. I know things are getting crazy as the cases are rising with COVID once again. So guys, be smart, be healthy. As always, thank you guys for everything. I'll see you guys later. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and follow me on social media. Link is in the description down below. I'll see you guys later. Peace.